for Jamie Ward! What is up? Hey guys, give another round of applause to your host, Jesse. You guys for coming out here. Thank you guys so much. My name is Jamie Ward. I'm from Atlanta, and it is tough for me to be a Chinese comic in the Deep South. That is mostly because I'm Korean. Here's the thing. I was adopted. My parents are white. They look like most of y'all. Which actually makes me more American than most people if you think about it, being adopted, right? When my parents decided to have kids, they did the most American thing they could. They outsourced labor to Asia. Not like a lot of Asian comics. In fact, I don't have any more Asian jokes. I got one, all right? I'm going to tell it just for you, sir, all right? So watch for it very carefully. I'll sneak up on you like a ninja, all right? You'll get it. I've been doing comedy for a number of years now, and I'm very excited. Last November, I started the keto diet, and I am very proud to announce I have already lost 35 friends. Not sure if you're familiar with the keto diet, ketogenic diet. It meant I have to cut out everything from my life that would possibly make me happy. I can't have carbohydrates. I can't have sugar. I can't date. You cannot be happy. How would you? Ma'am, you're very pretty. Would you like to go get some butter, fat, and water? That's all you're allowed to eat. What if it goes well, too? What if she's like, yeah, you want to do that thing with the whipped cream? And I'm like, yes, I do. Can we use sour cream? It's more keto. I don't know if you have friends that are on these fad diets like paleo or intermittent fasting. Do you know the hardest part about being on these diets? You must tell everybody twice a day that you're on the diet. That's why I wrote this joke, just to let you all know I'm better than y'all. So that's one. Here's the weird thing, though, right? Like, I was trying to get fitter because I'm not a very confident person. I'm not good at talking to women. And, I have been on dates. I did not even know what dates at the time. I don't understand when I'm being flirted with. I went to a bar with a friend recently. She was kicking my leg with her leg underneath the bar all night. She, like, accidentally rubbed her hand up against my... In retrospect, I should have realized she was flirting. In the moment, all I could think was, I didn't realize what poor depth perception you have. You should really get tested. You might have Lyme disease or something. I'm a dummy. I take everything too literally, too. At one point, she goes, Jamie, what would you do if you were the boss of me? And I said, well, I'd probably reduce your work hours so I don't have to pay your health insurance. I'm so dumb. She gave me a second chance at this conversation, too. She did. She's like, no, silly. I mean, like, what would you do, if you were the boss of me? And it was like, oh, my goodness. In that case, I would report you to HR. That's not an appropriate conversation to have. Right? I am not going to get fired because you're a whore. I need this job. So I'm not good at talking to women. But here's the thing. I think it's because I just have generalized anxiety, not just social anxiety. My whole generation does. We're the first generation that hasn't had the luxury of being able to make up fake things to be afraid of. We're just afraid of real life, right? Like my grandparents used to watch movies about mythological beasts. Vampires would terrorize the town, killing people at night. Most of the women that I know in my generation are terrified of the guys that just hang out at night. They're not scared of Vlad the Impaler. They're scared of Chad from accounting, right? Right? If you were accused of being a vampire back in the day, the whole town would get together. They'd agree. That's a bad thing. They would hunt you down. They would hang you, stab you through the stake. If you accused Chad of being like a sex offender, everybody's just like, dude, just let him. He does that. That's just Chad, man. Here's the thing, right? Like, you used to make up stuff to be scared of. Millennials, we've been permanently scarred by the Final Destination films. You know who the bad guy was in those movies? Accidents. Just machines that didn't work because of shoddy safety standards by employees that didn't keep up with what they were supposed to do because they're underpaid and overworked. Like the bad guy in all of those movies, bosses that prioritize profits over people. Can't wait till they bring these movies into the next generation, the new Final Destination film. Picture it, 5 high school teenagers. They narrowly escape a high school shooting. But then they grow up in a world without health insurance. And they are systematically hunted down one by one by otherwise preventable diseases. We'll call it Financial Destination. Starring The Rock playing polio. I get a lot of anxiety, though. One of the things I've learned to do to help me with being scared when I think the world's falling apart, I try to volunteer a lot. Last year, I started working at a homeless shelter for women that are escaping abusive relationships. And they go to emotional counseling and job counseling while I try to take care of their kids after school. Now, I was not prepared for how honest 8-year-olds are going to be, right? I show up in the first day, and the first words out of one of this kid's mouths, he goes, "Mister, your breath smells like coffee." And I wanted to be like, "Well, you're homeless, buddy, but you can't say that back." So you have to be more professional. And then he goes, "Where are you from?" I was an Asian guy. I get excited. I'm like, "Ooh, we're going to have a learning opportunity. I'm going to teach them not all Asian people are from China. Maybe I have fantasies about changing these kids' lives. I don't know. Maybe they make a movie about me and I'm played by Lou Diamond Phillip or something." And then before I can say anything, he goes, "Are you from Texas?" Wasn't expecting that. At first, I start thinking again. My mind is racing. Well, he must just think I'm just a manly man. Like, why'd they bring this cowboy in to teach me math? And I thought about it for 1 second, and then I realized, oh, he just thinks I'm Mexican. That's why he said that. His real answer was actually the sweetest thing I've ever heard, though. What he said, it gave me so much hope for the future. He goes, "Well, mister, you're wearing cowboy boots, and I'm from Texas, and everybody in Texas wears cowboy boots, so I thought maybe you were from where I was from." And I thought that was amazing. This kid, he comes from a totally different background, right? And he did what we all need to do in 2019. He didn't judge me on my race or my gender or things that I can't control, things I was born into. He just saw me as a person. He did judge me on my shitty fashion choices, and that's hurt a little bit, but it's all right. But we've become such good friends. Even after the first day, his mom came to pick him up, and he was so excited to introduce his new friend to his mom. He goes, "Mama, mama, 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 you gotta meet my new friend, mama, mama. This Chinese guy, he's on keto." So I'm a pretty good mentor. I think mentoring is the future, though. That's the thing, because here's the thing. We need to take personal accountability for raising the next generation. Our schools and teachers are overworked. But we all have the power to help a child grow up and be a better person. Because, like, my school system in Georgia, they're always fighting about whether we should teach creationism or evolution. And I'm like, that's, come on, we're so bad at reading and writing and math, right? And that's like 2 of the most important things to getting a job, so I've worked in the food service industry. Nobody was ever like, "Sir, this steak come from cow that was made by God or cow that evolved from dinosaurs?" I just think we should focus on things that people need to know to be productive citizens, right? Let's help them. Here, also, this is the big one. I don't even... We can edit that out, right? That's... Don't edit it out, actually. Leave that in. Leave that in. I want them to know how professional I am. That's Whitney Houston's "Wanna Dance Somebody Who Loves Me." All right. Let's get back in the moment. All right. Game faces, people. Game faces. We were about to go for the big dismount. I'm gonna do one extra minute just to get us back in the groove. All right. I got into comedy because I'm a lonely guy too. Like, I'm really sad. Sometimes I will just go driving in the day and let people merge in traffic so they'll wave at me. I have been on tour for the last 2 months straight, and I think I brought way more condoms than I needed with me. I brought any, and I haven't needed one. All right, we ready to be serious again? I was talking about the school systems, right? Cut it back into this point. I'm going to be like, I don't even believe in evolution. Because here's the thing: if we believed in evolution, would we make accommodations for people with peanut allergies? Right? Like, think about this for a second. I'm not saying it makes you a bad person, but my dog can eat peanuts without dying. He can't eat chocolate, but that's because he's racist, and that's That's a dumb joke. My dog's not racist. My dog went black once, and you know the saying, when a dog goes black, take him off the grill. He's done. Surprise, that's my Asian joke. Guys, you have been amazing. Thank you so much. Sorry about my phone. Give it up for your host, Jesse. I love you. Good night.